Texas Lieutenant Governor, fabulous on immigration, Dan Patrick. Dan, we're going to get to the DEI part of this in a moment, but what measures do you propose the Trump administration take to get that interim chief IGO to help process these criminal aliens out of the state and out of the country?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is pass Senate Bill 8, one of my priority bills, so that everyone in Texas has to conform with 287G program, so that they're trained, their jailers are trained, their jailers have a database so they can turn people over to ICE that are on a detainer. Now, this chief may track down people with warrants, not knowing if they're legal or illegal. The problem here is that you have a liberal city council, and some cities in Texas have a strong mayor form, and others have a city manager, and the council runs it. And so this city manager and this council, they're a woke, leftist, far-left council, and they've told this chief, do not participate with ICE in the roundups of illegal immigrants, and he's an interim chief. He wants the job, so he's kind of under the thumb. And the problem is, they say, well, you know, you can round up the bad guys, but don't help ICE when they round up everyone else. Well, in the group of people they round up may be some very dangerous people, and that's the problem with the city council and what the chief is doing in Dallas.
Oh, no, he's a complete nightmare. He should stand up and say, I'm not going to take part in this because it's going to endanger the people of Dallas. But the left, Dan, is freaking out about Trump firing now immigration judges. Watch.
Immigration right now, due process and humanity is under attack. And what we're doing is not sort of meeting the needs of the people by saying we want more judges, but we're going to fire these judges, because now I don't know anyone who wants to be an Article 2 judge, because you can be removed by the legislature.
Well, Dan, first of all, a lot of these judges were just rubber stamps for, permanent stays in the U.S.
Yeah, Laura, we knew that the Biden-Kamala Harris regime was a nightmare, but everything that has been exposed, whether through the president, through Elon Musk, through looking at the disgrace of how this past regime was undermining America, attacking America from the inside. Now that we've seen it out in the open, it was far worse than I think anyone imagined. And President Trump is doing everything right. I talk to people every day, Laura. They get up and say they can't wait till the next day. What is Donald Trump going to do as president? And he's turning government upside down, and they hate it. And everything he's doing, the American people are with him on.
Put it under the microscope. Dan, as always, great to see you. Thank